I'm going to talk about something that needs to talk about. People always ask me, bro, you do a lot of videos on Deion Sanders, Shedeur, or anything Colorado related. And my thing, this video is going to answer all those people also with updated news and everything. My thing to you people is you don't say this about any other team that gets talked about through all the journalists and people who cover them relentlessly every day. You don't have anything to say. The truth is, man, what's going on with Shedeur, Deion, Travis, or anybody else, it's a level of uncomfortable. To go in a room and make everybody uncomfortable is one thing, but to have those uncomfortable people use their platforms to lie, to get involved in salacious stories about other athletes just because of your sheer jealousy. To see that drunk Todd McShay, the failed quarterback Hasselback, because I don't know if that's his brother or Tim, but I'm just going to put the Hasselback family together with their views. It is what it is. To see a drunk Todd McShay, an unprofessional idiot who gets drunk during national televised headlines, that guy Todd McShay, sit up there and purport Jackson Dart as the top-notch player in this draft and the number 1 or number 2 quarterback over Shedeur because Shedeur is not really an athlete. It's insane to me, especially a dude like me who had to sit through all these Mayo people to tell us our quarterbacks are way too athletic. They're not smart enough. They don't have a cerebral mindset. And when you get a quarterback who meets the goals of what they told us a quarterback should be, now he's not athletic enough. And all these other Mayo people who get mad, not the Mayo people who support us, but the Mayo people who get mad when I bring these facts up, my thing is, how come you aren't in the comment sections of these Mayo pundits who say these outlandish things about our players? How come you don't chastise the actual racists who go out their way to just deplorable acts and suggestions they say towards people who look like me? You don't say any of this. You don't go to the flat-out racists and tell them enough with the race thing. You guys are always using a race card. You would never see a lot of you Mayo people saying the same thing you say to me to actual racists who are bothering people, attacking people. But Shedeur is hated, yes, because he's not only the son of Deion Sanders, because he's a black man that's making it look good. It's facts. See, with other black quarterbacks that they can build up, like a Cam Ward, he doesn't really have the magnitude of what a Shedeur is. Let me explain to you. Cam Ward, yes, he has the same talents to a certain degree, but Cam Ward doesn't bring the phenomenon arrival of the second coming. He doesn't have that je ne sais quoi that Shedeur actually has, meaning to impact other black quarterbacks and make them want to play the position, which would possibly put other, Mayo quarterbacks out of business. So you can't let him be a star to his own devices. You have to control the narrative about guys like a Shedeur Sanders or even a Travis Hunter, because it sets the precedence of more athletes trying to do the same thing. So you have to build him down. They did the same thing to Justin Field and many other quarterbacks such as Lamar Jackson. We can keep going. Todd McShay, the failed journalist who got fired by Mickey Mouse Disney. I don't even know what companies he's working with now, but apparently he's still called a draft expert. A man who got 90% of his analysis incorrect. A man who has never really propped up actual talents in the draft. A man who went out his way to lift up Mayo quarterbacks and players who absolutely failed within their first year in the league. Failed and never recovered. This guy is an NFL expert. I'd rather listen. What's the other scrub who's not really an expert, but he's been working at ESPN for what's his name? I can't even say his name, but it's in my head. Mel Kiper. I'd rather listen to Mel Kiper because at least Mel Kiper doesn't get drunk in front of the world. But Todd McShay, white guys like that who really are afraid to just say what the thing is. Jackson Dart looks like their brother, looks like their father, uncle, grandkids, all that. But out of nowhere, remember, they do this every year, bro. Jackson Dart has never been propped up to be this bigger than life quarterback, maybe after his senior year in high school. But from his days at USC, he couldn't muster up the courage to be a good quarterback, meaning he failed in all type of defensive pass rush systems. He broke down like a twig. His first 3 years had, bro, so many ups and downs. Then his 4th year, and I think he even played a 5th year. So a guy who's been here so long and couldn't get it together is now being praised as the best real deal package versus a Shedeur Sanders. Hell, at this point, if Shedeur Sanders was not in the draft, I guarantee every single one of you guys, who's the next guy they would have talked bad about? You guessed it, Cam Ward. And I did a video about that already, but this whole hatred based on race, if you're a human being, no matter if you don't like other groups of people, I thought when it comes to being an athlete, competition, you would love that the most. I thought you would love that the most, but damn, to see the negative feelings come out of you guys is pure weakness. And then a lot of people are saying I'm a race baiter. So if I'm a race baiter, but every video I talked about was actual facts from actual races who don't like us, then what are they? If I'm the race baiter, what are the actual people and the demons speaking on a negative connotation about us? What is actually a guy like Todd McShay who can say outlandish statements like you expect a racist troll to say what some of these pundits have been saying about a Shedeur or anybody else. You expect it from these low-life trolls, but when it's media personalities, what do you say to that? What do you say when you wake up on a Monday or a Tuesday morning and Jackson Dart is being praised as the second coming of Joe Montana? What do we say about that? We can say outlandish statements like that, but don't we dare say Shedeur is going to be one of the better quarterbacks in this draft. That's asinine. We're drinking something now. But yet, Jackson Dart, we're supposed to believe. We've seen his work in damn near 100 years he's been in college now. We've seen his work, but for some reason, nobody ever talked about him. Nobody ever propped him up, but now he's the hottest quarterback in the draft. You clowns did the same thing with Zach Wilson, Mitch Trubisky, Daniel Jones. We can keep going. An onslaught of these quarterbacks. Mac Jones. I've seen Mac Jones be a quarterback that get told by most of the scouts that he's that good because he played at Alabama, which was correct. Matt Jones sat down almost his entire career behind the likes of Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, things like that. Yet all of a sudden, Matt Jones late in the draft was praised as the second coming of Joe Montana as well. They do this with all types of quarterbacks who look like that. Todd McShay sat there looking drunk again and said it flat out that this guy, Shedeur, is not really a top-level quarterback. The same othering out of the Hasselbacks and many other Mayo personalities, they've never said this all his career. They've never brought this up. All of a sudden, 1 month within the draft, here comes the narrative. Forget about the arrogance part. They say that about all the black athletes. We're arrogant. We're not humble. We can deal with that. But why would you discredit my actual talent, though? Now, I have an issue with that. Why discredit my talent? Because Hasselback said Shedeur's not an athlete, so he's not even a first-round selection. But yet, Lamar Jackson was a clear-case athlete, and they said he needs to change his position. They moved the goalposts. They don't like you. They don't care about how you feel on what they report because they know people who look like them will stick to code. So this is just more of a challenge video. Who's the man today? Who wants to stand up and say, this ain't right? Who? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm DJ Bless One, the best one, man. Love your family and love your kids and definitely stay blessed. Because this ain't life if this how you got to live to make your living, bro. It's not, bro. To wake up every day and be consumed and obsessed with one group of people for your entire life, where even in your profession you can't take a break. See, I understand the ones who don't like us there, but when they go to work and they gotta work with us or work around, at least they could fake it till they make it. But you people, and which I do like the racists showing who they are, but to be disingenuous while you're working and still concentrate on the hate, it's a weird thing. And trust me, my type of honesty makes even black people uncomfortable, because a lot of black people want to be accepted by you guys. So they're going to go with the Jim Crow rules and do what it do. But DJ Bless One is going to be baked in the sun until it's no fun. You don't let none of those go over your head, because I think it did. Hit me up in my email and I'll tell you what I meant by that. Love your family, love your kids. Man, stay blessed. Jesus Christ.